Good morning, everybody. This is our video for week 2. We're about to start on a module that has to do with state court systems. Now, I'm going to try to make this video, but my voice is pretty bad and I've got a terrible cold, so I hope I don't start coughing in the middle of it. I'll do my best not to. One of the things that you need to remember this week is that state courts are organized in a hierarchical system very much like the federal courts are. The pattern will be a little bit different from one state to another, naturally, but you'll see that they all start with a trial level. Most states, not all, but most states have an intermediate appeals court level, and all states have a court of last resort, which may be called the Supreme Court, it may be called something else. But it'll be the highest court in that state, the highest court that can interpret state law, interpret state actions, and review the actions of the lower courts. You'll be talking about those things in your discussion board. You're going to get to describe your state court system. You're going to get to talk about particular issues that your state court system might face, mainly due to geography. And the discussion board is asking you to especially focus on issues of venue. Well, venue is something that we haven't talked about yet, so you might not know what that is. Venue is a very particular term of art in the law, and it means really the location of a trial. Where is a trial going to be heard? But it's not just, choosing the prettiest courtroom. It's not that at all. Deciding venue has to do with the rules regarding venue, how is it determined, and then with issues that might make the predominant venue location unsuitable for certain reasons. Let me give you an example. Let's say that you have a very contentious criminal case, a criminal case in which everyone in the community, a criminal case that's happened in a small community, and everybody knows exactly what's happened. It's been well publicized. It's a small community. Everybody knows each other. Half the people in the community are related in some way to some of either the crime victims or the criminal himself. And it comes to time to schedule the trial. Well, one of the issues in determining venue is whether a court is going to be able to impanel an impartial jury to try the case. If you have a small community in which everybody already knows all the details of a criminal case or a civil case, and everybody has already formed an opinion about it, then your entire jury pool is biased in one way or another. So what happens is, in those cases, is that the defense attorney usually will make a motion to the court to change the venue to someplace else where it would be easier to impanel an impartial jury. Now, this problem is that there is an extremely strong bias in favor of trying a criminal case in the locality where the crime was committed. That, I can't even begin to tell you how strong that preference is, but you will see it, because as we go forward, you're going to be looking for cases, not this week, but in a couple of weeks, you're going to be looking for cases where a motion for change of venue has been filed, and you'll see that they are almost never granted, especially in criminal cases, because the thinking is that the people of a community where a crime was committed have the right to pronounce judgment on the criminal. And that is such a strong preference that it's almost never overturned. But you'll see that as you go along. Anyway, that's what venue is. Venue is the location of a trial. The short paper this week has to do with comparing and contrasting the roles of state and federal judges. Which one has the more difficult job? You get to determine that or give your opinion on it. It's not absolute determination, but It's a little bit difficult to do that because they both have very difficult jobs, and it's hard to compare things. It's not exactly an apples to apples comparison, but try your best and just give me your opinion on which one you think would have the more difficult job to perform. Then this second week also gives you the opportunity to get a jump on week 4. In week 4, you're going to be asked to do an interview with a court employee. And in order to do that, in order to get the interview done, you need to ask a court employee to sign an interview consent form. You can find that consent form in the assignments and rubrics section of the module. And what you should do is print out the form, ask the court employee that you find to interview to sign it, and then submit it to me in any way that you can. If you want to send it by email, that's fine. It's sometimes difficult to find, I'll just be honest with you, it's sometimes difficult to find court employees who are willing to be interviewed. When you're approaching these people, it could be anybody. It could be an attorney, a judge, a clerk. Clerks are very good people to interview because they really are the heart and soul of the court system. It could be a bailiff. It could be a court reporter. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Well, maybe not. I am. Sorry about that. Anyway, whoever you find to interview, make sure that they understand that this is for educational purposes. It's not going to be published. I'm so sorry. It's ridiculous. You know, I'm recording this on a photo booth on a Mac, and it doesn't allow you to pause. So I can't really, or at least if it does, I don't know how to do it. So the sneezes are going to remain in the video, and I really apologize for that. I'll try to be better next week for lots of reasons. Anyway, as you are approaching these people to be interviewed, make sure that they know that this is not something that's going to be controversial in any way. You're not trying to publicize. You're not trying to expose them. You're not trying to make some kind of issue with their job. You just want to know what they do and how they contribute to the efficient running of a court. It's actually a very useful, a very helpful tool to you, and it gives them a chance to showcase what they do. Excuse me. That's ridiculous to have that in a video, and I apologize. It's very unprofessional. I'll try my best not to do that ever again. I'm going to end this now because I feel another sneezing fit coming on, and also because I've actually finished everything that I need to say. The written announcement this week is a little bit longer than usual, and it will cover the things that I have not covered in this video. Thank you for your patience with my cold. These things happen. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week.